In this video I make some serious and quite hefty upgrades to the solar system that powers this shed. This shed is completely off grid, it's not connected to the mains in any way, shape or form. And what started this was late last summer, early autumn, I think it was the first week of October. I was just sitting here relaxing, enjoying what a beautiful sunny day it was, and I looked up at my solar charge controller to see, what was going on, and nothing was going on. Something was seriously wrong. So I was pretty sure that this had packed in the original solar charge controller I had. This controls all the charging for your battery management system, BMS, and it turned out not to be the case. So I bought one of these, brand new solar charge controller, and it's an upgrade from my last one. It's a lot more technical and fancy and better battery management. Apparently it was only 13 quid. I think those cheaper ones, the first one I shown, they're about 7 quid you can get them for. But I was future proofing things with this, because the other charge controller can only handle lead acid batteries, AGM, leisure batteries. This can handle any battery you connect to it, and eventually I want to upgrade to LiPo 4, which I will be doing in the new year. So I replaced this charge controller, and it turned out that that wasn't the problem. It turned out that the actual problem I had was these original solar panels that I bought back in 2020. These are the flexible plastic ones, and basically they'd both packed in. Checked in with the multimeter after I'd ordered the new solar charge controller, and they were putting out next to nothing, and I mean next to nothing, like 0.6 of an amp or something, nothing at all really. And as I was taking them off the shed roof, they were falling to bits. Basically they'd cracked under the cycle of the year, winter, frost, and then summer. So yeah, and I was told that they only last 3 to 4 years, this type of solar panel, so that's why I upgraded to the glass one. I removed both of those 100 watt panels from the shed roof. There was one this side and there was one here, and I replaced it with these nice new panels. These are these new like glass ones, and they last for 25 years, but I'll come more into that in a minute. And the plan is now to remove this one. This is working, but it hasn't got much left in it, I don't think. And I'm going to put another one here and remove that little 50 watt panel, which is not really going to do much good in the winter. So the postman's been today. I've dropped off the other two panels. There's one there, and I've already unboxed this one. Just got to snip the little tie wraps off the cable and put on these Z brackets, mounting brackets that come with all the screws, bolts, nuts, washers and other fixings that might be required. I've got my tools. I've even got a proper socket wrench and a trusty adjustables. So get all the Z brackets put on, take the old panels down, put the new ones on and wire them up. Present day, Eddie talking to you now, it's back end of April 2025. So we went through some of the solar upgrades that I did in early autumn in 2024, and I'll show you what I'm up to with it, because I was going to get a LiPo 4 battery, about 100 amp hour, and a new inverter, but I seen something in the Easter sales and it gave me a different idea. I decided to do something else. So let's go and have a look at what I've done so far. Right, so disconnected the two leisure batteries that I had in there, the old lead acid things, AGMs, and there's some carelessly discarded wire in there. We'll go into that in a minute. That'll be taken down to the recycling, and this battery here is actually indicating that it should have been replaced anyway, and this one's still saying charge, so I'll see if anyone wants it before I take it to the recycling. So this is where I'm up to. Need to clean everything up in this corner where everything was. Everything's now disconnected. You disconnect the solar panel first, so the system's not bringing in any electric, and as you can see here, the MPPT the solar controller, charge controller, is now dead. Nothing's connected to it. I've disconnected the inverter, so it's solar panels first, then batteries disconnected and removed, and now all this system is dead, except for the other solar panels that are coming in that are wired up for a different way. Right, so now I'm just going to tidy some of this up and remove most of what's needed, not needed. I think I might just leave these here as wall decorations. They're not going to do any harm. I'm going to eventually remove all the wiring. I'm going to start with this. This definitely is going to be removed in a minute and put with all the other carelessly discarded wiring. Great, eh? And then I'm going to remodel all this bit and make it kind of swanky. And then I'll show you what my new idea was. Right, so we've got everything back in place. I'm just waiting for some extension cables to arrive, some extension charging cables. So that's my old Sateki. That's running, and that's the new one, the News My. And everything's got some things wired into it. At the moment, it's only pulling 5.4 watts. And we've got solar coming in at 19 watts at the moment. So that's all right. And I've got the AC on because to finish off, I'm going to hoover around, and this vacuum cleaner is 1,000 watts. So we'll turn it on. And that's plugged in here with a solar generator. So this is how things have finished up. I've got the Claris CL2 on charge there. Got 2 solar panels on this now, so 2 100-watt panels bringing in the sunlight and electricity. We're not doing anything at the moment because, well, we are. We're not running any mains, I don't think. No, there's not a massive amount of solar coming in because, well, it's about 7:30 in the evening at the moment. So, yeah, not a lot there. And I've managed now to tidy all the craziness that was going on in this area. Things had got out of hand. So I've got all this all straightened up now. I've even got myself a nice little shelf up there. I decided not to leave the things on the wall, and neighbour who's just moved in, he's an outdoorsman and he could make use of the things that I did have there. So I've passed them on to him, including the 2 leisure batteries I had. I don't know how long they've got, how much life they've got left in them, but it's nice to see them going somewhere where they can be used. So I'm quite pleased with how all that's turned out. And of course, I've got the old Sateki there, or Satechi, I don't know how you spell it, or say it, I know how you spell it. And that's got a 100-watt panel in. So there you go, there's all my solar upgrades. But I'm seriously thinking of getting another one of them. I mean, you know, 1,200 watts. I've got about 1,500 watts in here now. But I'm also using it in the house to bring down our electric bill. So there you go, that's what I did. I feel like I've made a massive upgrade and a massive improvement to my system. I was originally just going to, you know, do it from the battery side, just get rid of the old leisure type batteries, the lead acid ones, and go to a LiPo 4 battery, which would have been a massive upgrade in itself. I would, of course, have had to have bought another inverter, a pure sine wave inverter. And, you know, you were looking at 200 to 300 quid for all that. And, of course, I'd already bought the charge controller and upgraded the solar panels that were on the roof of the shed last autumn, late summer. Now, when I seen the solar box that I've bought that's just here, out of shot, it was such a fantastic offer that I thought that's about the same as I would have spent doing it all separate stuff, or maybe even less. And it's got a good 2-year warranty, and it's all built in. It's got the charge controller, the pure sine wave inverter, which was very important, and all the batteries, everything. So it's not just for in here. I can take it into the cabin because we do have power outages in the cabin, and that'd be great. You know, you could power a microwave with this. I've already used a Hoover in here with it, so it's got some serious power. So I think it was a massive improvement and a massive upgrade, and I think I'm going to be getting another one of these. The make of it is a News My, Newsmy. I don't know if that's the way you say it. And I'll be doing a video about it soon. At first, this is just the one showing you that I had a problem with my solar, and I've improved it and upgraded it. Anyway, just in time, because now the sun's come out. Free power.